cutie! Did you get the ingredients?
Yep, and I'm raring to go!
Okay, put on this apron. Say hello to the hand cam! Here are some of the ingredients we'll be needing today. We'll need some oil, 1 egg, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of sugar. Once you've assembled all of these ingredients, we'll go ahead and get started by cracking this egg. Now it's time to add your salt and sugar to the egg. Not too much though, but just enough for a good pinch. Get your tool of choice and beat the eggs until it's a homogeneous color.
Turn your stove to a medium-low setting and pour a dash of oil into the pan. Be careful with your heat here. You don't want to burn the eggs. Once heated, add your egg and evenly spread it across the pan. When the edges are firm enough, flip one of them over on itself to make a fold. Keep folding the egg over on itself until you get a rolled egg. Take it off the pan and let it cool before transferring it to some cling wrap. Once you're done with that, put it in the fridge.
Now, for the gyudon part of the bento. We're gonna start with caramelizing the onions. You could chop them however you like. You have to add the tiniest bit of oil to the pan and then dump your onions and stir them around a little bit.
Oh, actually, if you add some salt and stir and deglaze with water multiple times throughout the process, it helps speed up the caramelization if you're tight on time.
Oh, I actually didn't know that fact. Good tip, Entropy. Once brown to your liking, pour your sliced meat into the pan. Since it's so thin, the meat will cook really fast, so quickly add your seasonings. I personally add a little bit of soy sauce, sugar, and mirin. Mix while cooking to cook everything evenly.
Once cooked, set aside to cool.
Ooh, we're finally getting to my favorite part! Making the decorations! For this part, you're gonna get the hot dog and cut it into 4 sections. Then on one of the ends, you want to cut a grid into it. See? Just like this! Once you're finished with that, please set it aside for later.
Now, here comes the trickiest part, the egg blanket. We only really need the egg whites here, so you're gonna have to crack the egg and separate somehow.
If you don't feel confident in doing this with eggs, there's no shame in getting an empty water bottle to suck the egg yolks out or buying a carton of egg whites from the store.
Now that you've done that, it's time to add some food coloring to your eggs. We currently only have gel food coloring, so be extremely careful when you add it in. Just mix it with a little bit of water before you put them into the eggs. Put a dash of oil to really lubricate the pan and set it to a low heat to ensure that the eggs won't burn. Once everything is opaque and the eggs aren't runny anymore, carefully remove the eggs off the pan. They're extremely delicate, so be extra cautious when doing so.
Okay, one last thing that we need to cook in the pan. Put your hot dogs into the pan and cook them until they're a nice brown color. Set those aside for later. Your rolled egg should be cooled by now, so you want to mince this into tiny pieces. So take your time so you will ensure that you won't cut yourself. We'll be using this as an add-in for the rice later.
Now to color the rice. We'll actually be using turmeric rather than food dye. But first we need to make a dashi to start making the slurry. To do that, get your dashi bouillon and mix in some hot water. Once fully dissolved, you'll add your turmeric and mix that until you get a really deep yellow color. Add a little bit of the slurry into your rice and mix and add how you see fit. If you add too much slurry, however, the rice will stop sticking together nicely, so keep that in mind. Now those eggs that you chopped up earlier, you want to add them into the rice mixture and mix. The rice is now ready for forming. Now get some plastic wrap and scoop some of the rice into it to start forming some shapes. The Homu is made of 6 parts, and I made some diagrams to reference off of so you could try to make this at home.
Okay, one last part, the decorations! The first things that you want to cut is the base for the Homu's mouth. It helps frame his face after all. After some trimming, I'm happy for what that I made, so I'll go ahead and move on to the stars. Just punch out some stars with a cookie cutter, but working with a knife is perfectly sufficient as well.
Now you want to grab some food safe scissors to cut out pieces for the lines of Homu's teeth and closed eyes, and decorate your cheese parts accordingly.
Now that all of our pieces are ready, let's start assembling the Homu. We gotta make sure that he can sleep peacefully. So lay down a bed of lettuce before placing him down the head of your Homu.
Then you want to place down Homu's ears and then its middle bow part to help give them their iconic tied bow look.
We have to tuck them in, so place down that Gunon that you made earlier to help give him some padding for his little egg blanket.
Oh, it's really starting to come together.
We're almost done! I'm just gonna arrange some of the cheese seaweed pieces first and fill in some of the negative spaces with the hot dogs. Then place Homu's hands on the blanket and ta-da! Your Homu bento is done! Look at him sleeping so peacefully!
I think I'm gonna cry. It's so cute.
And no bento is complete without the special lid from yours truly on it. That took so long, but look at the results! I hope that you guys had fun making bento with us. Anything you want to say before we go, Entropy?
Thank you for hosting me today. I also want to thank you for watching today's cooking episode. I can't wait to eat these later.
Well, that's about it for today. See you later. Bye!